Well, I would rather like to speak about our own situation in India. I myself was born as an untouchable, lived in a village and suffered every kind of injustice, humiliation in my own village.
What sorts of humiliations and things do untouchables suffer?
Well, untouchables, first of all, the caste Hindus, as they call themselves, the upper caste Hindus, they never allowed untouchables to come near, even to come near, and not to touch them. Secondly, they were forced to live outside the locality in independent settlement. That is almost like a ghetto. They were denied everything. Right to education, they had no right. They were not allowed to work and earn something for their own livelihood. They had to work forcefully for others and receive whatever they might give as sort of begging alms.
Oh, so working but no set pay.
No. So it was really a life worse than animals. I suffered all that. Because of Dr. Ambedkar, we took to education against very, suppressing background, seeking every opportunity, trying to take full advantage of that. And there was such negativity in our mind. We hated one and all in the villages. We hated the situation. We hated the people. And as we grow in education, as we try to adopt the principles of Buddhism as taught by Dr. Ambedkar, we, at least to speak for myself, went through a tremendous transformation. Tremendous transformation. Today, I have hate for none. Those who oppressed, those who suppress us, those who did every kind of injustice towards me and my people, I don't have any grudge against them. I take pity upon them. See how ignorant they are, how they are wasting their own life. Instead of being happy now and here, they are really caught up in their anger, in their jealousy, in their hatred, and they are living a more miserable life than us. So as a Buddhist, you have such a tremendous inner power which makes your life totally different.
How do you, because I can see, for example, these books all behind you, you've educated yourself, and I know that you're also involved in organizing people. How do this power, how does it help you how does it help you to, because it is still a struggle, even if you're not hating, how do you deal with this struggle without hating?
Well, that's a very interesting question, really very interesting, because you can struggle for your survival, that's one thing. You can struggle for your upliftment, that's the second thing. You can struggle against the people who do something wrong to you. And that is the area where particularly we talk of struggle. But the struggle takes place at different levels. So when you deal with the people, you do not have any animosity against them. You do not have any hatred for them. You don't want to cause harm to them. Instead, you want to protect yourself and you want to state that positivity, set an example before them of that positivity so that they might change. So the struggle is there, and very hard struggle indeed, but that is very positive and therefore very rewarding. You don't feel like losing, you don't feel like being, let down. Even if you don't succeed in that conflict. But this feeling of unsuccessful or being let down or being defeated does not arise in you. You have done your best. You were on the right thing. And when you push the right, you have done your best, and that's the end of it. So you don't regret even if you suffer defeat. That's a great strength one enjoys within oneself. That builds up confidence, that gives you a lot of hope, and you really trust yourself more than anything else. That is inner power, as we call it, and that is something we have gained out of Buddhism.
When you speak of trusting yourself more than anything else, so not really relying on some power or anything outside of you, that's very different, I think, from how you were taught coming up as a Hindu and Untouchable. The mentality is different. How does what's the difference between the old Untouchable mentality and this new Buddhist mentality, and how did that help you?
Well, this old mentality was, of a very different kind and a very low level. But now you feel that you are living a real human life. You are full of humanitarian virtues. Your attitude is such that you do not want to cause any harm to any human being or any other being as such. So this power of sympathy, power of metta as called it, loving kindness, that really builds up a very great trust in yourself. And you say, but I have this power. So you believe more on you. Well, I don't need any help from outside. I don't need any protection from outside. I'm capable of doing it and protecting myself, and protecting myself not at the cost of others, but in order to help even to them. So this is completely different attitude, and that is the change has occurred in majority of people who were previously untouchables and who have now become Buddhist. Tremendous change. This confidence would not have arisen in them had they remained in the same port, had they believed in the same old values and what we call their religion.
Yes.
This very, very encouraging, very inspiring, very uplifting as it is.
As when they are in the old religion, what are they relying on? If they don't rely on themselves, what are they relying on?
Well, the old religion, what people usually believe, whatever happens in the world, whatever they do or whatever others do to them, that is all because of the will of the God. It is not in our hand. It is not our responsibility. Everything is bounded by the omnipotent, the creator God. So these people are not even able to understand their responsibility as a human being. They are not able to know that their actions cause consequences here and now. And they say, well, that is not my action. That is somebody has done through me. So this is the uttermost ignorance. Utmost ignorance. And because of that, these people think differently and they cannot have confidence. If they suffer defeat, well, it is because of God's will we defeated. So they go into that, state of mind, defeated mentality. On the contrary, as a Buddhist, what do we see? Well, defeat is not something that is really causing you harm. You have done your best, you stood firm on your ground, on your values, and even after, in given circumstances, you feel defeated, but you are not. So, your moral remains high. Your confidence remains intact. Your ability to go through remains unchecked. So this is a great, achievement as a Buddhist.
So even in the face of defeat, you still have the strength and confidence to go on, and that is indeed an important power. At the same time, because I know, can you please tell the audience something of the successes? Because I know you had quite a few successes in your life as far as with this struggle, organizing and getting people. What successes have the Untouchable community generally seen in recent history, and and what have you been doing? Can you please tell them something about that?
We are trying to, enlighten people, help them to understand in the situation where they live in. And we help them to understand how their actions cause consequences and they must be responsible for each and everything they do. And this is the first lesson we give to the people, and people, immediately begin to behave differently. And when you see that change, little change in their day-to-day life, you are encouraged. You feel satisfied. Well, there is something really good happening. Again, with the change of this attitude, they become more strenuous, more hardworking for achieving better goals. As a result, from amongst the untouchable community, you will find large number of people almost addicted to education. Addicted, I would say. They are addicted to education.
Yes.
Nobody wants to stop,
Yeah.
Nobody wants to just escape. If there is opportunity to learn this, learn that, know that, they just run after that. So this is a great change which has occurred in this community, and whatever little contribution we have given to that, we feel very happy. That may be counted as success or not, but that is something which gives you greater satisfaction, and I think that satisfaction itself is, sort of success, so to speak. Secondly, people, these ex-untouchable people, after having become Buddhist, they have become more open-minded. They are prepared to learn, prepared to accept anything, whichever is better, no matter from where it comes. So this change is the greatest change, as I would call it, greatest change. Previously, you were suppressed, so you were afraid of contacting someone, you were afraid of trying to know something, you were afraid of approaching something. So all your life was, full of this fear. Now you have cut through and got out of that fear, and now are free to go anywhere, do anything, and try to accept any challenge, as it were. So this inculcation of this attitude, this mentality amongst the people, from our little work here and there, that we think, well, that is sufficient success in life, not something, a great achievement, so to speak, but this is something very, very satisfying and very rewarding.
Well, I think it is actually a great achievement, because it's without that, there's no potential for any other achievement if they're closed-minded and fearful of everything. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for speaking with us this afternoon. Can you please give the audience your name?
Well, I'm called Vimalakitti Gunasiri. I'm a Buddhist monk, and I'm working here for about 12 years in Nagpur.
Okay. Thank you very much for speaking with us today, Bhante.
Okay, thank you very much.